Hello Army! Taehyung and Jungkook have just returned from their honeymoon to Korea. They were seen walking toward their pickup car while holding hands. There was a funny moment. Army would never have expected this. Taehyung and Jungkook brought souvenirs hanging on their bags, Pokémon keychains, since they had just returned from Pokémon Park in Japan. They look so romantic, don't they? Taehyung and Jungkook will soon head back to their luxury apartment. As we know, this couple lives together. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Before we start, make sure you're ready to love this moments. Welcome to V Effect. The cool air of Seoul welcomed Taehyung and Jungkook right as the automatic doors of the arrival terminal opened wide. After completing a long journey from their exotic honeymoon destination, the two carried with them the lingering scent of happiness that still clung tightly. Their footsteps moved in rhythm, breaking the silence of the quiet early morning airport. There was no visible trace of exhaustion on their faces, but rather a glow of satisfaction from the beautiful moments they had just shared as a newly married couple. Their hands were tightly intertwined, as if unwilling to leave even the slightest gap for the cold air to slip between their fingers. Taehyung held Jungkook's hand protectively, occasionally stroking the back of his partner's hand slowly with his thumb. Meanwhile, Jungkook sometimes leaned his head briefly against Taehyung's shoulder while continuing to walk, enjoying the lingering romance still swelling inside his chest. Their handhold was not merely a formality, but a silent declaration of the bond that had now been officially formed. The casual yet elegant outfits they wore appeared slightly wrinkled from the long flight, but this did nothing to reduce the charisma radiating from them. As they walked toward the pickup area, they occasionally exchanged glances and shared small smiles that only the two of them understood. Light conversations were heard from time to time, accompanied by Taehyung's soft, calming laughter and the playful sparkle in Jungkook's eyes. The world seemed to belong only to them, even as the bustle of the airport slowly began to rise with the changing time. Jungkook occasionally adjusted the position of the backpack on his shoulder, without releasing their intertwined hands, showing how much he valued that physical closeness. They walked at a relaxed pace, unhurried, as if wanting to prolong the transition from vacation back to the reality of everyday life. The dim airport lights reflected off the rings encircling their ring fingers, creating small glimmers that became a lasting symbol of the sacred promises they had spoken. As they approached the exit leading to the parking area, a stronger gust of outdoor wind made Taehyung instinctively pull Jungkook slightly closer to him. He made sure his partner remained warm and comfortable amid the sudden change in temperature. Jungkook responded by tightening his grip in return, channeling the sense of security he always found whenever he was beside Taehyung. The harmony in their movements showed how deeply synchronized they had become in understanding each other's needs. The black pickup car waiting in front of the lobby gradually came into view, gleaming under the streetlights. The driver quickly stepped out to greet them, but Taehyung and Jungkook still seemed absorbed in their own small world. They paused briefly before reaching the car door, locking eyes deeply as if celebrating the success of returning home with a new status. Loving smiles formed on both of their faces, closing their honeymoon journey with a sweet ending. Finally, with a gentle motion, Taehyung opened the car door for Jungkook without releasing their grip until the very last second before Jungkook stepped into the cabin. After making sure his partner was seated comfortably, Taehyung followed into the seat beside him, and the car slowly moved away from the airport. Inside, behind the darkened glass, they continued sharing stories about their future plans, ready to begin a new chapter of life in Korea with a love far stronger than before. Although the atmosphere inside the arrival area felt quite calm, the situation changed as they stepped closer to the main exit doors. Behind the barricades, a group of fans and media photographers had been waiting with cameras ready to capture their every movement. Flashes of light began to break through the dim morning, creating a chorus of camera shutters clicking in rapid succession. This public presence became an instant reminder that their private lives would always be the center of the world's attention, even during moments of deeply personal return. Realizing the situation, Taehyung did not appear surprised or disturbed at all. Instead, he displayed remarkable composure as a leader for his partner. With a very natural yet firm movement, he shifted his standing position slightly forward to shield part of Jungkook's body from lenses that were too close. The hand that had been holding Jungkook's fingers tightened even more, offering support without needing to say a single word. He allowed the world to see that his main priority was the comfort and safety of the person beside him. Jungkook, who had briefly lowered his head due to the glare of camera lights, felt that protection and quickly adjusted his steps. He did not feel pressured, but instead felt deeply valued by Taehyung's protective actions, which were not excessive yet very real. Rather than releasing their handhold to cover his face, Jungkook chose to remain upright and occasionally gave polite nods to the people calling their names. His courage grew from the warmth of Taehyung's palm that continued to deliver calmness amid the commotion. This interaction created a very mature image in the eyes of the public and the media who witnessed it. Taehyung did not attempt to avoid the cameras in a rush, but instead walked with steady and dignified steps, as if wanting to show that their happiness was not something to be hidden, even though it still needed to be protected. His gaze remained gentle yet alert, ensuring the path toward the car stayed clear for both of them. This maturity radiated from how he balanced his role as a major star and as a husband who deeply loved his partner. Fans watching the moment from afar seemed to hold their breath, mesmerized by the way the two communicated through body language. There was nothing staged, only two people protecting each other under the pressure of popularity. Taehyung occasionally whispered something into Jungkook's ear, perhaps words of encouragement or a light joke to ease the tension, which made Jungkook smile faintly behind the mask he wore. That smile became proof that Taehyung's protection had successfully given him a sense of complete comfort. Upon reaching the car door, Taehyung paused briefly and gave a short yet elegant gesture of respect to the media before helping Jungkook inside. He made sure not a single camera blocked Jungkook's movement. His calm and non-reactive attitude toward the crowd actually made the atmosphere more controlled. He demonstrated that maintaining privacy in public spaces was about carrying oneself with respect and dignity. When the car door finally closed and the noise outside began to fade, Taehyung still did not release their intertwined hands until the vehicle truly moved away from the crowd. In the quiet cabin, he looked at Jungkook to ensure his partner was all right after the brief confrontation with the media earlier. Taehyung's calm response in public was not merely an image, but a reflection of emotional maturity that had now become a new foundation in their relationship after returning from their honeymoon journey. Their unity as a newly married couple became even more evident through the small details attached to their appearance that morning. Amid the airport crowd, people's attention was not only drawn to their striking faces, but also to the matching items they wore. Taehyung and Jungkook appeared to be wearing bomber jackets with identical cuts, differing only in complementary color gradients. The jackets gave a modern yet relaxed impression, reinforcing the aura of a couple aligned not only in taste but also in feeling. Not only their clothing, but their synchronized steps were also supported by a pair of sneakers with exactly the same design. The shoes looked very clean, as if they had been newly purchased specifically to accompany their romantic journey. Each time they stepped forward, this harmony created a pleasing sight, showing that every detail of their appearance had been planned with deep affection. It became a sweet visual statement of how much they were enjoying their new status. The detail that captured the most attention was a pair of Pokémon doll keychains hanging sweetly from each of their backpacks. The small dolls were special souvenirs they had received during their visit to Pokémon Park in Japan, one of the most memorable destinations from their honeymoon journey. Taehyung chose a character that appeared calm yet iconic, while on Jungkook's bag hung a more energetic character, reflecting their unique personalities that complemented each other perfectly. As they finally reached the side of the pickup car, these small details remained the center of attention before they disappeared behind the cabin doors. The matching jackets, identical sneakers, and the pair of Pokémon dolls from Japan became the perfect complement to the story of their return. Everything blended into one complete picture of a couple who not only shared promises, but also shared a lifestyle and joy in every small step they took together as one unit. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.